Welcome back to the Combo Cabal. I am your host, Bryant Cook, and today we are playing Pauper, SerpentStorm, or Izzet Relay Storm. And recently I uploaded a video that was called something like Deadly and Reckless Relay Storm, where I was playing Deadly Dispute and Reckless Impulse. Reckless Impulse really impressed me throughout that video, but Deadly Dispute had some times where it really shined and some situations where it was awkward with artifact lands. But the main takeaway I had was that Reckless Impulse was just phenomenal, and I decided to try it in this version of the deck. When we look at the Izzet Relay Storm deck or SerpentStorm, we're looking to combine Serpentine Curve to make a really big serpent, and then, or technically it's a fractal token, and then use Fling to throw it at our opponent. That's the main game plan here. And cards like Galvanic Relay and Reckless Impulse help because not only do they create card advantage, even if you fail to convert that card into something useful, Serpentine Curve doesn't care because it also checks cards in exile, so it's sort of a win-win, which makes this card advantage engine with Reckless Impulse fairly impressive here. In the previous video, we were running Ideas Unbound, an arcane spell because it works well with Desperate Ritual. Well, the arcane spells are gone. We're not running Ideas Unbound or, what is it called? Peer Through Depths? There we go. I remembered. And instead, we're just running Reckless Impulse, and then we're gaining Consider, a card from, Midnight Hunt? There we go. And Consider is a pretty big upgrade because it puts cards to the graveyard, so even if they're not useful, you are doing the similar thing to Reckless Impulse where you're getting that additional value into your curve, and I really like that. Our previous time that we played this deck, I was running the Marcadian Masks, Marcadian Masks, what are they called? Depletion lands. And the depletion lands are something that I've grown to sort of dislike in Pauper and in general, if I'm being honest. Just because with Relay, you're really rewarded for playing a longer game against blue decks, but those lands don't allow you to play that long game, and it's pretty awkward. So I think I'm just off them for a little bit, and instead we're playing a more consistent mana base with our 8 fetches. And even in that video, I struggled with color fixing. And here we have really good mana with 8 fetches and 4 Lotus Petals. And then we gain Brainstorm for added consistency, which is going to be a huge help. We'll see how it goes. The last time I played this deck, it didn't go super well, but I do think we got quite a few upgrades recently, and hopefully that helps fix some of the issues with the deck. And now we're able to easily splash Weather the Storm in the sideboard due to these 8 fetch lands as well. So we really fixed the red matchups. We're getting Hydroblast against Affinity. I did struggle against Affinity last time, but with playing Cycle Storm, I've realized how good Hydroblast is against the Affinity decks. So we're playing that. Obviously, when you're red, you get Pyroblast as well. So that's fairly huge. Cannonade for those creature decks. Sandstorm for the larger creature decks like Jund. And then Flaring Pain. Flaring Pain might not seem obvious, but we are winning with a red instant that needs to deal damage, which means, Prismatic Strands and other, prevention effects can be an issue. So Flaring Pain comes up pretty huge. I think I've covered most of the stuff about this deck. I probably forgot something if I'm being honest. So if I did, leave a comment, let me know what I forgot. Or if you have any questions, feel free to, ask away down in the comment section down below. It's always free and easy to like, comment, and subscribe. Those things really do help support us, get us into that YouTube algorithm, even if I forget my talking points in the introduction. So do those things. It would help. And if you're looking to go to that next level, we're offering some perks this month for our members. If you're a member of any level, you get access to all videos and deck lists early. So it's certainly worth it this month. Normally that's a top tier $50 perk that is on the base $5 tier this month. So it's certainly worthwhile. You also get entered into a raffle to win. Let's see if I can grab it. This Lotus Field Pioneer Challenger deck. So I'm giving away this to one lucky winner. So it's certainly worth signing up this month. You get access to the member section of our Discord where I'm keeping my secret 5-0 Lotus Field Modern combo deck in there as well. So definitely go check that out. And what else are we doing? Oh yeah, 15% off our shop with code Stormy Holidays. Go check that out. Stormy Holidays at theepicstorm.com/shop, where you can get sweet things like this mini token pack to help keep track of your mana and Storm. We have tons of sweet Storm merchandise, including, card singles over at the shop. I am botching this intro. I am so sorry. And donation decks over at theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where you can submit your combo deck to be featured here on this YouTube channel. That was a disaster of an introduction. Hopefully this league goes a little bit better. I'm sorry, everyone. I'll see you in match number 1. Welcome to match number 1. We are on the play with SerpentStorm. And while this hand's pretty good, I'm going to try this. Love a good Galvanic Relay. I'm not sure when I'm going to... So in theory, I could relay on turn 1. I don't think that's really the best use of the card because you want to gain as much equity out of it as possible. So I'm going to wait until at least turn 2. Let's see if I decide to wait a little bit. It really depends on what our opponent's doing here. Alright, so Mono-Green Aggro is our opponent's deck. Those sideboard weathers will certainly be coming in. Alright. Draw. Well, Brainstorm's pretty good. Let's cast it. Okay, so probably want that land to get exiled, and then let's put Brainstorm on top, and then we can Morphos into it. Rite of Flame, Petal. Let's cast this Desperate Ritual, and then Mana Morphos into the Brainstorm. Blue. Cast the Brainstorm, Storm number 7. Ooh, this is going well. Okay, Mana Morphos. Add red again. Desperate Ritual. This is broken. Relay for 10. Huzzah! No mana issues this time. 10 cards off the top rope. And there is a curve in there. But we are forced to pass the turn. Maybe we'll get lucky and find Fling. I don't know. So we have 10 cards in the graveyard, one of which is a land. So 9 there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's only 16. I'm going to need to get a little bit more if I'm going to Fling next turn for the victory. But certainly a very strong opening for the home team. Hard to argue with that. Force from the opponent. Which artifact is stronger? Volt Scourge or Lotus Petal? Rancor, okay. So now they're going to go up to at least 21. I guess I wasn't counting the life gain from that and the life lost from the Phyrexia mana. So I'm going to need 5 extra spells this turn. I don't know if that's going to happen. Draw. Certainly not with a start of Mountain. Alright, let's cast this Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. And then I'm going to cast Ponder. Ooh, that was really good. Do not shuffle. Let's play an island. Petal. Let's cast the song. And then Morphos for blue. Blue. And now we can cast Reckless Impulse. That was perfect. Reckless Impulse. Alright, I can cast Consider here. Oh, I have a Ponder. Let's cast the Ponder. Looking for Fling. None of these really help me. I think I'm just going to shuffle that. Any order, yes, shuffle. No Fling. Let's consider. Put that to the graveyard. Alright, I need to figure out if I can double curve here if the Consider cuts me off. So I do have the mana to cast 1 Consider here. Cast the Consider. No. I'd have to hit a Morphos. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I guess my subconscious made that decision for me. And now I'm going to cast double curve here. 24-24 into another 24-24 on turn 3. Well, that certainly felt powerful. And our opponent concedes! Yes! I love it. So good. Who needs Fling? Alright, so we probably want this forest and then these weathers. I don't know if, like, this is probably a matchup where we want the Sandstorm. I guess it doesn't hit creatures with flying, so the Scourge would have been okay there. But for the most part, our opponent's deck doesn't fly. They are a deck that goes wide, so maybe a Boarding Cannonade? Consider's probably a card that can go out here. And our opponent's deck doesn't really have removal, so maybe you could board out a Fling and just have one Fling in your deck, but that seems a little bit risky to me. 4 cards. You could argue that maybe you're supposed to take it slow and just board out Petal. I'm not sure. I think I'm just not going to board in the Cannonades and just try to be a better combo deck. I think that's probably the right thing to do here. So we're at 62. I have to find 2 more to take out. I think we can maybe take out like a couple Desperate Ritual. What if we just took out 4 Desperate Ritual and boarded in the Cannonade? I'm going to try this. Because Desperate Ritual is kind of stinky anyway. Like, it's fine in this deck, and you do need mana to win the game. But out of our rituals, it's by far the worst. Think I'm going to try this. I mean, it's a little bit risky. Obviously, I need to hit land number 2. But post-draw step, we have a decision to make. So either I can get Island, or I can cast Reckless Impulse off Rite of Flame, both of which are fine. And there's the turn 1 Scourge again. Draw. Well, now I don't have to make that decision. I can just go get our Island with the Evolving Wilds. Island onto the battlefield, and we will pass the turn. I think I'm just going to play Reckless Impulse next turn, most likely. Okay, so I'm taking 1 here. Will be a tie ball game, 1-1. Okay. Fast start for the opponent. They're down to 3 cards. That was really good. I'm going to Brainstorm here because I might try to set up a relay. Cast the Brainstorm. Let's put away the Evolving Wilds. And the Curve? Okay, so then Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Song. That brings me up to 6 red. We can then cycle the Ash Barrens to shuffle. Go get the Forest out of our deck. And now let's cast this Reckless Impulse. Lotus Petal. And let's fire off the Brainstorm. Storm number 7. Oh my. I was thinking about not casting the second Rite of Flame. Now I think I'm supposed to. Okay, I put these 2 on top. Lotus Petal. These have been some pretty good hands so far. Okay, Relay for 10 into Relay for 11. Okay. And then the other Relay for 11. 21 cards off the top. Good luck, opponent. There is Curve and Fling in that top. So this is going to be a turn 3. That's really impressive. Wow. Maybe Reckless Impulse is what this deck needed. Holy smokes. What a round 1. Who needs Dark Ritual when you have Rite of Flame? Nest Invader, sure. Okay. They have 3 cards in hand. One of which I believe is a forest. Sure. So now you go up to 23. You got it. Now it's time to party. We have 12 cards in graveyard, 3 of which are non-instants or sorceries, so that's 9. Metamorphose was a great draw. Let's cast the Rite of Flame, which should make 5 mana here. And it does, so it's a 1 mana Seething Song. Pretty powerful stuff. Okay, there are no more rituals in the graveyard, but we can play this Lotus Petal. And let's cast the Morphos. Red, red. Morphos. We'll do blue, blue on this one. Why not? Another Song. 21 cards left. And our opponent got bored. Okay. Fair enough. That was match number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. Match number 2 will be coming up in just a second. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Match number 2, and we are on the play once again against King Metz. I think David Wright would like a word about that title, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to hop on in and play some Magic the Gathering. Keep. So if we wanted to, this is a turn 1 Serpentine Curve. Am I supposed to do that on the play? It would be at least a 5/5. I don't know if that's good enough. I kind of want to do it. I'm torn. Alright, so let's just start off on the Rite of Flame. We can play the Desperate Ritual, Seething Song, and now it's Manamorphose. Oh, undo. Let's do blue. Evolving Wild. So let's cycle the Ash Barrens. And let's get a mountain. And then use the Evolving Wilds. Put an island into play. Cast the Curve. 5/5 Fractal Token. Not the greatest start. I don't know if this is actually going to be good enough. I kind of hope it will be. Is a 5/5 turn 1 to play good enough? Alright, Evolving Wilds. Looks like our opponent's passing the turn. Draw. Okay, that might help with what we're trying to do here. Let's get in there. Ooh, Swamp. That's a yikes. Oh, they had Snuff out. Okay. I just got bodied. I'm just going to go to the next game on that one. Oh, wow. Yikes. Destroyed. Let's bring in those Pyroblasts. Do I want anything else against blue-black? Probably not. I think we could probably shave Considers. Maybe a Desperate? Another thought is, what if we keep the Considers and then board in 1 Cannonade over Desperate? Or 2 Cannonade and board out a Petal. I think I like that. Let's try this out. That hand obviously did not line up well against blue-black, which is fine. I took a risk. I think I have to mulligan this, although I'm very tempted to keep it. This hand's pretty good. Keep. Maybe just bottom the curve. Alright, so I know it might seem strange to bottom curve, but we're not actually at the point in the game where curve matters, so just don't worry about it. Just try to build up to a huge relay and win the game that way. That's what we should be doing here. Alright, Ice Tunnel, you got it. Draw. Yikes. Okay, we're floating out a little bit, not the end of the world. I'm going to save this Reckless Impulse. I don't need to play it on turn 2. And then let's just cycle the Ash Barrens. Go get another mountain. Pass the turn. Okay. Evolving Wilds. Duress. So they're probably going to take the Impulse here. And they do. Okay. Looks like it's about to be our turn. Draw. Lotus Petal. We should just keep that for Storm for Relay. Play our mountain and pass the turn. How we beat these decks is that we just bully them with Galvanic Relay. The problem is that I need to draw Relay. So, have to get there. Delver? Sure. Draw. I think I'm going to sit on this Impulse. Opponent's holding open Counterspell mana. Spell Stutter doesn't hit it, but Counterspell does. And they just reveal the counterspell the Delver. Sure. So once again, I am asking you for a Galvanic Relay off the top. And we're falling to 17 life. And our opponent's passing the turn. Draw. Another Reckless Impulse. I think they're a little bit... should I? I guess I already passed the turn. Okay. Like, they're tight on mana, so one of the ways that we could actually win this game is just by casting too many good spells in one turn. So I could have double impulsed there, assuming they didn't have, like, a Hydro Blast in hand. Now I have 7. I think I should just continue to wait. Draw. Oh, well, why did I say draw? It's our opponent's turn. Alright, so we're going to go to 11. And are you going to discard? They are. Gurmag, sure. Let's play the Consider, why not? Yes, put that to the graveyard. Curve. Okay. So we will have to move soon because Relay requires an extra turn. We're about to fall to 8 life from this Delver. And I just don't want to die. Okay. And once again, our opponent's going to the cleanup step. Augur. Let's cast Brainstorm. Is this worthy of a Spellstutter Sprite? No is the answer. Okay. I think we put like, Seething Song is a card we don't really need here. And then maybe Curve on top. Let's try that out. Rite of Flame. What about another Rite of Flame? They're not afraid of Rite of Flames. Okay. Lotus Petal. What about this Reckless Impulse? Hydroblast. Okay, so they still have Counterspell up. Let's Manamorphose. Red, red. Let's Morphose again. So the problem is that I have Song on top. And I can't cast Song without playing into what they have. Alright, so they still have Counterspell in hand, and now I can cast this Impulse. They have a third Hydroblast? Spell Pierce. They just had it all. They still have Counterspell in hand for next turn, too. 3/1 mana counters is pretty brutal. Yeah, I'm just not getting this one. 4 cards in hand. And they tapped out of Counterspell. But I'm still not going to be able to win here, I don't think. Seething Song. Reckless Impulse. Let's cast Rite of Flame. Brainstorm. Yeah. Our opponent Brainstorm, so this is going to flip. Even if it didn't, they can block the curve on the way down. Yeah, this game just... we never found Relay against the blue deck. Kind of unfortunate. Yeah, we're just dead here. Alright, so that kind of stunk. It happens. We're just going to try to bounce back and win the next one. We're 1-1 headed into round number 3. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. Alright, we've opened up a very strange hand to start off our third match, where we have quadruple Manamorphose, a pair of Brainstorm, and an island. If this hand had a, what is it called? Galvanic Relay. I don't know why I can't think of card names tonight. A Galvanic Relay in hand, I would consider keeping this just because, you know, the free storm spells that these represent, or for the free storm count they represent, but you can't keep this. Mulligan. Okay. So, not an ideal hand. We do need land number 2, but we have triple cantrip to help find it. So I do think that this is probably a keep. This hand's just too slow against Affinity. I'm going to get buried. Yikes. I do not love this. Okay. Traded a blood token for a treasure token. And we'll go get an island here. Draw. Fetch land. Come on, Brainstorm. Okay, that wasn't bad. Let's put away Curve and Ponder? No, I'd probably consider. It might seem strange to put away Curve, but we're just, once again, not at the point in the game where Curve matters, so let's keep cards that have a little bit more flexibility to them. Another Swamp. What? Maybe this isn't Affinity. Okay. Let's start off on Ponder. I like this. I do enjoy the storm. Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Manamorphose. Blue, blue. Cast this Desperate Ritual. Okay, I'm going to cycle the Ash Barrens. We don't want the card that's on top, so that's, you know, why not? Grab the Mountain. Play it. Let's play the Morphos. Blood red, red. Excuse me. Lotus Petal. And then we'll cast Consider into Galvanic Relay. I'd like to keep that, but I think I'm actually going to hold it for a turn rather than convert it, just because it does represent a lot of mana, and oftentimes the bottleneck with the Galvanic Relay is having enough mana post-relay. So that's why I'm holding on to the Rite of Flame. 4 mana is a lot. And then we just revealed the last copy of Rite of Flame, which is going to be pretty good. Alright, one more relay copy to resolve. Fling. Wow, that was a good one. I think I'm liking this deck a lot more without the depletion lands and plus cantrips. Like, this feels powerful to me. I know that we didn't do very well against fairies last round, but sometimes bad matches happen. Like, this feels a lot stronger than previous builds, and honestly, this feels better than the Jund build that I played with the artifact lands. Like, this seems very strong. Hopefully I can back up that feeling with some more wins. Another Deadly Dispute. And another Deadly Dispute. You got it. 8 cards in our opponent's hand. And our opponent has conceded the game. Love it! People are afraid of snakes. Am I supposed to board here? I don't know. Probably not. I'm gonna hit submit. I think our deck was already perfect. I have a very clear understanding of what our opponent is trying to do. No, I don't. But we'll pretend that's true and just hope to do the same thing in game number 2. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Keep. Swamp into duress. Goodbye, Galvanic Relay. It's been real. I tried to protect you. Okay, I like the Ash Barrens. So what the Ash Barrens does is it allows me to cast an end-step Brainstorm, shuffling away this Fling before I can redraw it. Sure, you can have a Perilous Mirror. So this looks just like a black sacrifice deck if I had to make a educated guess at this point. Okay. Yeah, let's put away the third land, and then I can just go get a mountain here. Draw. I'm just going to pass the turn. I could play the Lotus Petal out to help protect against another Duress or something, but it just doesn't seem worthwhile. I don't want to risk losing Storm for a potential another copy of Galvanic Relay, so we're just going to do this. Take 1, falling to 19, draw. Let's play the Reckless Impulse. I'm such a believer in this card that I currently own 12 Japanese foils. It's the real deal, I promise. These are both fantastic. I'm going to play and use the Evolving Wilds. I could try to hold it as a fetch land for next turn, but then you're down a mana, and I think mana is going to be a choke point next turn, so instead I'm just going to use this. We have other fetches in our deck to shuffle with, even though we do have 2 copies of Brainstorm. Yeah, Reckless Impulse is just such a strong card. Another upgrade that I didn't talk about in the intro was that the last time I played this deck, I was running Goblin Electromancer, I'm sorry. I was running Goblin Electromancer with the depletion lands, and that was just a synergy that didn't really work that well. And Goblin Electromancer was just a lightning bolt for removal as well. So, or lightning rod for removal. I can't talk tonight. And I didn't think it was great. This deck cut all that, and instead of playing Goblin Electromancer, we're running Lotus Petal, which increases your Storms count for Galvanic Relay, but it's also a free spell for this Reckless Impulse, which is just very, very important. Alright. I am going to burn a Rite of Flame here just to cycle these copies of Morphos. Alright. Play the first Morphos. Red, red. Alright, Manamorphose again. We'll add red, red with the Manamorphose. Okay, Manamorphose again. I will add red, blue. Let's cast the Brainstorm. I have not played a land. So I think we can probably get rid of this Fling. And then get rid of the island. I'm going to end up shuffling with the Ponder most likely, unless it's like exactly Galvanic Relay. Yeah, let's shuffle that. And then cast this. Yes! Hell yeah. Rite of Flame. Desperate Ritual. Let's play this Reckless Impulse. We still have enough mana to cast this Relay. Can't cycle from exile, unfortunately. Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal. Let's play the Brainstorm. Storm is 12. Definitely putting back these two for next turn. And then play the island. Cast Relay for 13 cards. You'll love to see it. Get out of here, discard deck. Red Necro is here to stay. Wow. Who would have known that Izzet cards are a good shell for Galvanic Relay? Who could have possibly figured that out? We do have a Fling in there, so we have both Curve and Fling. Vampire's Kiss? Sure. Okay. So they're like a black sacrifice meets burn deck. And another Relay. Okay. Let's enlarge this just a little bit so I can see. You know how it is being old and not being able to see things. And forgetting what card names are and what things do and other words while you're playing. Desperate Ritual. Seething Song. Seething Song. Brainstorm. Hell yeah. Alright. We don't really need Curve because we have a Curve in exile. Let's get rid of that. Cast this song. Our storm count is currently 5. Play another island. Cast this relay to increase the number of our exile. 22 will not be enough, I guarantee it. Okay. Not increasing that much. 3 so far. 4's pretty good. And now we can't... Oh, they've conceded. I can't actually get to cast my Flings. We're now 2-1 with 2 rounds left to go. We are on the play again. It's match number 4. Let's hope for another crushing victory. But unfortunately, we've opened up a mulligan. We're going to ship this down to 6. Okay, we can maybe make this work. Keep and bottom a Desperate Ritual, and then just hope to draw into Galvanic Relay. Pass the turn. Honestly, I'd take a land as well. Just play this on turn 2. Alright, Bogles. I have to imagine our Bogles matchup is at least okay. I'm going to Rite of Flame Impulse here. Come on, Relay. Yikes. Oh, that was not good. Okay. Utopia Sprawl. Good opener for our opponent. We're going to go to 17. Okay, so draw, Ash Barrens. So I think what we're supposed to do here is just cycle essentially the Metamorphose and see what we draw into. Blue, red. Another song. Disappointing. We have to pass. There's always game number 2, I suppose. Kill me quickly. Blade cover. There you go. They must have drawn the Rancor for turn because they could have played it last turn if they had it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That was a nightmare. Alright, so we could board something like Cannonade to kill creatures before they get too big. I don't really feel like that's what you want to be doing. You could also board in this Swirling Sandstorm for a similar reason. I don't know how I feel about it, but it's certainly an option. I think the real answer is that we're just supposed to try to execute our game plan more successfully and not worry about this whole thing. So I'm just going to click submit and try to do better. On the play. Sure. Don't know how I feel about this. Alright, let's cast Brainstorm. I know main phase seems a little bit silly, but we are a relay deck. So I could try the turn 1 curve thing. My fear is that that isn't really what this matchup is about. Like, they'll be able to race a 5/5 eventually. So instead, I think we just put these on top, pass the turn. I'm going to consider away the curve because we're really just looking for a relay. Okay, Forest and a Glade Cover Scout. So we're about to draw Desperate Ritual and then cast this Consider, milling away the curve and drawing a fresh card. Unfortunate. Pass the turn. A thought that I did have is maybe this deck is so reliant on finding Galvanic Relay that maybe you're just not supposed to play Desperate Ritual. Maybe you're supposed to play the full set of Considers and then play like 2 Pyretic Ritual or something. Maybe the additional rituals just don't matter. Alright, let's grab the mountain. Come on, Relay. Yes! Perfect! Okay, Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Ritual. Petal. Petal. Lotus Petal. Galvanic Relay for 7. One-sided Wheel of Fortune. Pass the turn. And what did our wheel reveal? Fling, Consider, Ponder, Brainstorm. Okay, so don't think we're quite at the point yet where we can fling a giant serpent, but we'll see what happens. We might be able to cantrip into another relay, have some success there. We have 7 instants and sorceries in our graveyard. Yeah, we're just not there yet. Abundant Growth, okay. Forest from our opponent. They have 5 cards left in hand. Another Abundant Growth. Ethereal Armor. Sentinel's Eyes. Okay, so we'll be taking 4 here, going to 13. Ancestral Mask next turn might get the job done. Draw. Okay, so I think we should probably just start off on Ponder here. Cast that. Storm 1. I don't hate these. Okay, let's keep those. Play the Ash Baron, so that way I can keep these for colored mana sources. Play the Desperate Ritual, Seething Song, Reckless Impulse. And then let's Desperate Ritual again. Here the mana is actually relevant because I am a little bit bottlenecked. And let's add blue with this copy of Manamorphose. Draw. Another Morphos is good. Let's cast the Consider. Yes, put that to the graveyard. Another copy of Fling. A little bit awkward. Let's cast the Morphos. Red. Blue. Another Brainstorm. Okay, we hit the curve. That's really good. We can get rid of this Fling. And I need the Lotus Petal. So my fear here is that the curve isn't big enough. We have 18 cards in graveyard. 1 land. 2 lands. So 16, 17. It's not large enough. So I could try to cast Ponder, but I'd have to hit mana off either the 3rd card down or the shuffle. But I could always come back next turn and cast the Fling too. I think that might be the play. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle here. And I did not hit. Okay, so I think now I just cast the Serpent. I can't cast the Fling next turn. It's an exile. Yikes. Okay, well I have a 19/19. 1 mana short. So maybe my thing about the Desperate Rituals not being necessary was wrong, because I was definitely bottlenecked on mana there. We only have 1 Fling left in the deck, and I just shuffled it away. Dummy. We have 2 curves left. They have 5 cards. Utopia Sprawl. 2 white mana. What is this? Ethereal Armor? Okay. Uh-oh. I don't like this. Pro red. Sure. They have 1 card left in hand. So a mask or another ethereal armor, I think, wins the opponent the game. I don't think I'm supposed to cast Relay for 1 here. If I attack them and they have anything in hand, I'm dead. But also, they can just choose to block. Like, they... So if I swing, they block with this thing. And then next turn, I don't even have lethal anyway. I think I'm supposed to just pass. And you might be thinking, like, why not cast Relay? Relay for 1 is not worthwhile, even if I can find one other spell. Uh-oh, they have an enchantment. Ash Barrens, okay. They picked up a forest, and they played a plane, so they have a land in hand. I don't know why they would give me that information, but they did. Draw. Reckless Impulse, okay. Let's cast it. Well, there's our other Fling. A little bit awkward. Well, now they have to block. And I am dead to any enchantment off the top. But I know that they have a dead card in hand. They should throw their Crimson Acolyte in front. Okay. And then post-combat, I'm going to cast the Relay for 2. Okay, sacrifice the Lotus Petal for a red. This thing being a 1919 is such a pain in the butt. Come on, we need our opponent to draw a land. No whammies. No whammies! They're taking a long time here. I think that means they didn't draw an enchantment, or they're just slow rolling the crap out of me. So that only puts me to 1. I'm sorry, it's not a mask, so that only puts me to 2. Opponent concedes. Alright, so we got game number 2. I still don't think we're supposed to board and weather the storm. I mean, I could. Is Weather the Storm really, like, better than Desperate Ritual? Because I feel like that's the card that would be cut here. That or Considers. You could do something like -1, consider, Desperate, and then, like, board in the forest over a land. Is that better on the draw? Maybe. And, like, board out an island. Let's try it. I'm up for trying things. I don't love this plan, but maybe I'll learn something. Maybe it's really great, or maybe it was terrible and I lost a match. We'll figure it out. Okay. So we want to find a red source and a Galvanic Relay. Is this hand actually a keep? Because, like, this is essentially a mulligan to 5. This might just be a mulligan. Because we don't want these cards this early. Yeah, this hand's essentially a mulligan to 5. We're going to ship that. This is acceptable. Get rid of the curve. And I wonder if I'm supposed to get the forest with this Ash Barrens. League cover scout. Draw. I think I'm just going to grab the island. I have the petal for the green now for weather. Pass the turn. Next turn I can just tap 2 lands and play the Reckless Impulse as well. Ledgewalker, okay. Damn me for not boarding in sweepers. Draw. Hell yeah! Okay. Let's do it. Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame. Reckless Impulse. Oh my. Rite of Flame. Here we go. So we only have 7 mana, which means I can't really weather. But I can exile a whole bunch of cards to Galvanic Relay. So the top 6 here. And then 7 off the next relay. Hi-oh! That looks pretty good. But it looks like we're actually short on mana again, which is one of the things I talked about with this deck, is that post-relay, there's a lot of games where you end up mana hungry. Might bite me in the buns here. Definitely want to find the last copy of Rite of Flame. And opponent has made that creature larger. We're going to take 4 by the looks of it. Why didn't they attack with Glade Cover? Weird. Seething Song, okay. Petal. Petal. Let's just play an island. Cast Song. Metamorphose. Whoops. Undo that. We'll add blue, blue. And Ponder. I mean, Relay's nice, but do I really need it? I guess, like, Morphos is... I'm gonna shuffle. Like, Morphos is a free card. It's just a free card that doesn't matter, I think. And I would much rather have a Seething Song there instead, so that worked out. Alright, we'll add a blue and a green. Ponder again. Don't need those. Shuffle. Alright, 5 floating. Let's cast Brainstorm. Nice. Alright, Song. Yeah, I think my opinion earlier was wrong. I don't think you're allowed to cut rituals from the deck. I think that you just have to live with 2 copies of Consider. And let's cycle this Ash Barrens. Go get the Forest. So we have 7 mana, 10 mana, which is enough for me to go Weather into Double Curve. Assuming that the Fling isn't enough to kill them. I haven't like counted how much we have. I don't think it's enough though, because we only have 17 cards in graveyard, and while there's non-instants and sorceries in there, so okay, play Curve. Whoop, do not do that, please. Okay. And once again, I'm exactly 1 short of killing them. Okay. Yeah, we'll just play a second Curve. Good deal. 2 19/19s. Double Curve! 3-1 over Bogles. That's kind of sweet. 1 round left to go. I'd love to win it and finish with a strong 4-1. The final match. SerpentStorm, Izzet Relay Storm? I don't know what to call it. But we're on the play, and this hand is trash. We're going to ship it back. Unfortunately, we're going to 5. We'll have to make do, keep, and we'll bottom Fling in the Desperate Ritual. The Lotus Petal makes the same amount of mana without any cost up front, so seems a little bit better. Play the Island and pass. On a mulligan to 5 like this, we're really looking for cards like Reckless Impulse and Galvanic Relay to dig us out of it. Okay, so likely blue-red fairies. I will not be getting rid of that. We need to use this relay for storm count. Okay. Maybe try to trick them, make them think that we're a fair blue deck. I don't know. Okay. We do need to buy time, so I'm actually okay with this. Draw. Morphos, okay. Things are going according to plan. Yes. Spell stutter. Things are no longer going according to plan. I feel a ninja in my future. Preordained from the opponent. Snow-covered mountain. Okay. Let's see what happens. So the card that we're worried about here out of the opponent's Spell Stutter Sprite. So I could start on Seething Song. That would actually be fairly good. We would get crushed by a Spell Pierce. I think we just risk it on the Song. This being out of Spell Stutter range is pretty huge. Because then if they Spell Stutter the Manamorphose, it doesn't really matter. Main deck to spell. Crushing. Okay. That hurt. We had a really good window there to do some damage. Alright, so now we're going to fall to 18. Now our opponent has Counterspell mana up. Draw. I think what we do here is we start off on Petal and then play Manamorphose, because if they counter it, it's sort of a win-win. Because I can still cast Relay and I increase my storm count. Does Manamorphose resolve? Does not. The question is, do I risk casting Brainstorm here for the increased storm count? I don't think we do. I think we just cast the relay for 4. Alright. They have 4 cards in hand. That wasn't terrible. 5 cards now after their draw step. Alright. So we're falling to 16. Now they use the ninja, so they have another spell stutter in hand. Unfortunate. Draw. So the problem with this is if I cast the Seething Song, I can get crushed by a counterspell and then I can't cast the other stuff. If I just start off on Morphos or Reckless Impulse, I also get destroyed. This is really tough. I think you just have to play to the fact that I have to hope they don't have Counterspell. It's one of the downsides of Seething Song. Okay, so let's Manamorphose. So they don't have Counterspell, but they do have Spell Stutter. Looks like they're going to go after that. Sure. Okay. Reckless Impulse, leaving the blue open for the Consider. Those don't really help me this turn. I think I'm just supposed to cast the Consider. We don't need that. Put that to the graveyard. I'll take another Relay. I can cast those 2 next turn into the Relay, hopefully. 5 cards. They're about to go up to 6 with the Ninja. I'm going to 11, so it's not the end of the world. Also, keep in mind, this game was a mulligan to 5, and we're keeping up with fairies here. Augur. And a, oh no, I was going to say and a miss, but it looks like they hit Counterspell, which is kind of brutal. Draw. Lotus Petal. Playing this out early so that way they're not intrigued or enticed to counterspell these rituals. Okay, let's play Song. Hopefully it resolves. Oh, they're going to counter it. Okay, let's cast Ponder. Hit it another mana and then play Relay. That was good. Okay, take the Rite of Flame. We don't have any other Rite of Flames in the graveyard. So this is going to be just enough. And then Relay for 7. Okay. So we're taking 5. So we're dead to double bolt here. I shouldn't have said it out loud. Probably just killed myself. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. Also, that was not a very good Relay for 7. Jeez. Yeah, that Relay was bad. So we're at 6 life. They have 7 cards in hand. Alright. Evolving Wilds. Start off on Lotus Petal. Rite of Flame adds 3 red, assuming that it resolves. Our opponent's paying cost, so it's not going to resolve. Oh, they've changed their mind. Okay. Desperate Ritual. Ponder. Ponder resolved. We just have to shuffle this. That's not good enough. Cast Brainstorm. Storm number 5. So I think we have to shuffle our deck here. Unfortunate. Reckless Impulse. So I think our only hope at this point is hoping to hit Relay and our opponent doesn't have a single point of damage. It's pretty much all we have here. Another Reckless Impulse. Okay. Reckless Impulse. I hit Curve, but like it doesn't do anything. Just hit the F6 key. I guess I could have played Dust Ritual so I didn't get hit by Spell Pierce. And nothing matters. Okay. Game number 2. Womp womp. Well, now we get to board in some sweet cards. So we definitely want Pyroblast, and I think we also want Hydroblast. So we have 6 cards coming in. We need stuff to go out. I think Seething Song is like kind of a big liability, just because it's such a good target to counterspell, so we're going to get rid of that. I think Fiery Cannonade is a card that we should be interested in. We're just looking to slow down a little bit, and then I think that we board out Lotus Petal. Actually, maybe you should board out... I guess if I board out the Rituals, keep Petal. We have like no mana in this deck. It's like Rite of Flame and Lotus Petal, but maybe that's what we should be doing? Just like we're a slow deck with a bunch of... I don't know. Let's try it. Alright, on the play for game number 2 in match 5. Yikes, we cannot keep that. So this is how it's going to be, huh, deck? Going to 5 again. Why? Why are you like this? Have I harmed you? You were not allowed to keep this either. We have to go to 4. Alright, I'm not going to win this on 4 cards. Oh no, that was a mulligan to 3. Okay. So we mulliganed into Oblivion the last match. I didn't win, I'm sorry. So we went 3-2. Not the best record, but this deck list certainly felt pretty good. It's tough because like sometimes we felt really constrained on mana. I loved the mana base. I do not wish that these were depletion lands. I know that much. But I felt a little bit tight on mana, but I would also like to find room for Consider 3 and 4. I'm not sure how you would do that, but this felt so much better than any other Izzet Relay or SerpentStorm deck that I've played so far. I liked it. Maybe the sideboard could use a little bit work. I don't know if I like the sweepers, but I do like everything else in the board. So these 3 slots are certainly open for change. I'd love to know what you think that they should be. Yeah, that's what I've got. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Keep storming. You're beautiful. All that good stuff. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.